Amateur hour because
My name is Tony Thomas, and you're watching Hardwired Exotics on YouTube.
so I'm not used to holding this camera like this, but anywho, Zach's about to come in. He's never been in the snake room before. He's only been in like mine with like 2 racks, so he thinks he's seen the snake room. So we're about to see his first reaction to walking into a snake room.
Ooh.
Ta-da!
Hardwired Exotics. I mean, why don't you got a sink?
Because I don't have a sink. I don't have any of the cool stuff that Tony's got in here.
This sink's actually going to get replaced because it's not nearly big enough.
I don't have the humidity too.
You don't. I can feel it. It's different.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely different, man. And every single thing in here's got something in it.
Yeah, give or take.
Everything that has a label on it.
Everything with a label.
Trash can ain't got a label and it's got something in it.
Craig, why are you being that way?
Because I'm being that way.
Oh, that's awesome. What we got, man? What kind of cool stuff?
I mean, we got all kind of cool stuff.
I want you to ask questions.
Yeah, you ask questions.
So, how do you have them separated by when they were born, or what they are, or
So
how do you organize the room?
So the room, and we'll start at eggs. So
Okay.
We'll start at what was first, the chicken or the egg. So the eggs.
Hold tight. Sorry about that. The humility got me.
Humility.
Humility on the lens.
This looks like y'all fogging up again.
Dude, we are fogging up. And on my end of the screen here, it's not as bright as it normally is.
Pop the lens off again.
Okay. Don't worry, that's a microfiber shirt I'm wearing. Let's go. All right, so back to us.
Eggs. So the
Eggs.
incubator is over here.
Is this just a cooler from like a?
Yep. Actually, this is like a floral cooler.
Oh, okay.
These are due actually tomorrow, so.
How about that?
Look at that.
Eggs.
Very cool.
Well, Zach's been
So
around.
this is
eggs
where you
before.
bring all yours.
I'm pretty sure those are mine.
Nope.
No, sure they are. Don't lie to me. There's mine's on.
So this particular clutch is super inchy Desert Ghost to a blackhead Cypress yellow belly.
So if they ain't mine, then why is that my handwriting?
It's not your handwriting.
Oh, you lie. You lie too much. That ain't mine, y'all.
You lying on me?
You be lying on me.
So anyway, this is where the incubator or the eggs do what they're going to do. So once they have hatched out of the egg, they go to that rack. They actually will come over here, and they'll keep on a damp paper towel with some water until they have their first shed.
I got you.
So they'll stay there until they have their first shed.
What do they eat at that size?
Nothing.
Nothing?
They still haven't eaten.
Yep.
Still have not eaten yet.
Nope.
So these are right about a week old. So they should shed in the next probably 2 days. So once they've had their first shed, then they go to this rack.
Okay.
And the way this rack is organized is from oldest to youngest.
I got it.
So
what are these for? What does this mean?
These are just tags that either have somebody's name on it, which means somebody's either paying for it on a payment plan, or have paid for it and just hasn't picked it up or shipped it yet.
I got you.
So it's just like a car dealership, man. We do 30% down, and you got 30 days space. I'm joking.
Run your credit and all that.
Run your credit on it, you know.
HB is holdbacks. So that's like stuff I'm keeping. So,
Oh, that you're keeping for your collection.
Right.
So the only things for sale in here is these and these, racks wise. All the rest of the stuff you see is my personal stuff.
So your little snake at your house, Zach, once
Yeah.
lived in that rack.
How about that?
Yep.
We love Bernie.
If you get a
Yep.
snake from me, it was in this rack at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So when they get a little bigger, then you start. How do you?
Yep. So these actually, I just transferred these over yesterday. So once they get well, they get a little cramped in these smaller tubs. You know, they come in, or we move them over to this size tub. So and you can kind of
that would not be as.
get a little cramped.
They still be a little.
Yeah, he don't want to be in the skinny jeans. He wants to get in them Jinkos. That's how we do it.
Why is everything a '90s reference with you?
Because I'm from the '90s. Why is everything a Star Wars reference with you? Tatooine.
Just so YouTube world will know, this is a fire leopard, 100% het desert ghost girl.
Ooh.
So really powerful.
Beautiful.
Let me tell you something that's been bothering me.
What's been
I've
bothering
been watching them talk ticks, right? Them talk ticks, and for years we have been torturing each other about doing this.
Oh, the little flippy thing we do.
And now it's a talk tick thing.
Of course it is.
Haters. All right, that's
Copyright infringement.
Yeah, copyright
Can't have
infringement. Can't have nothing.
Nice.
Stealing all the stuff
This is
from
why
us
we
old
can have
people.
nice things.
All right, so where do we leave off?
We were talking about
Size.
Yep.
So once they get a little bit bigger, they go in here. I've never had an animal go past this stage being for sale. So if they outgrow this tub, basically I'm keeping it.
I got you.
So if they haven't sold by the time they need to be moved, at that point I fed enough rodents that I'm just going to keep it myself, which has never happened because
you sell
stuff
it.
always sells.
So I know this is probably a question that you get asked a lot. Like, how do you know what something is? How can you? I see all the acronyms. I don't know what any of this means, but
That's a great question.
I mean, all of you guys know, but how do you determine what
So
a
let's
snake is?
let's do something somewhat simple.
Okay.
So we know that you know what the albino is.
Yes.
I mean everybody is familiar with albino. So red eyes, yellow snake. We know it's albino.
Sure.
So the reason I know that it's pinstripe is I can see this pattern
I see what you're saying.
inside of that.
Right.
And I don't know if you'll see it on camera very well because albino is just hard to film. But that pattern that is in that animal is a pinstripe. That's what pinstripe is that particular pattern.
Right.
So we know that is there. So therefore, we know this is a pinstripe and an albino. So, and this is one of the simpler ones. It gets very much more crazy than that.
Mo crazy. You got to start looking at bin numbers.
Yeah. So I guess, and now, if you wanted to create something else or breed something with that, how would you go about it? What would be the process of? You're just like, hey, I think it'd be cool to go with this, or
Yeah. So a lot of people they do projects like they need a certain animal because they're trying to do certain thing with that or make a certain thing with that. So they want to hunt the genetics that they need or what they're looking for to make that, and they already have something in mind. Some of the newer people, I guess, would be. I don't know. It's been so long since I've done research on trying to remember the combos and stuff. Just naturally come to me now. Like, okay, I know what I want to do because I've seen so many of them. But starting from scratch over again, if I remember correctly, you just kind of pick stuff you like and try to make more of it, or pick something you like and try to make it itself.
how long was that of a process? Was that when you first started? Did that take a lot of your time
Yeah,
to
when
figure out what you were trying to accomplish? And
first decided that I was going to pair the ball pythons that I had. Yeah, it was back then. It was only a normal and a Mojave, so you only had two animals that you could create. When you bred a normal to a Mojave, you were going to make Mojaves and you were going to make normals.
right.
So that's pretty simple. You could visually tell the difference between the two. And then as I got progressed into that, we done Mojave to Mojave. Well, then there's only three animals you can make. You can make
What's that?
normal,
Uh-huh.
Mojave, or the super Mojave, which is a solid white snake.
Oh, it's a what?
Solid white snake.
What kind of snake's that?
It's a blue-eyed Lucy.
A what?
Lucy Land.
Shout out.
Yep. So, and then, that took a course of years to happen.
Sure.
So the first couple of years, I was only looking at just a couple of different genes. And then you start throwing pastel into that and pinstripe, because all this back then was still what people had. Cypress wasn't a big thing yet.
How did that integrate itself into, like, where did they?
So all these genetics come from Africa. I mean, every genetic you see started in Africa and was brought here, imported into the United States, or imported into whatever country.
Sure.
And then you keep that animal because it looks different, and hopefully it becomes genetic. And I can show you one because I have one. Of course, she's in shed. But this is an African hatched import. So she actually hatched in Africa and was sent here as a baby. I actually got her in pre-shed. Like, she hadn't even shed when I got her. But this particular animal, even though she's in shed, she looks much different than just a normal ball python. Even though in theory she's still just a normal until proven otherwise.
Sure.
So right now she's just a pretty normal. Hopefully when we breed her, some of these genetics some of these characteristics that she has, hopefully will pass down, and we'll try to start figuring out what's going on there, and eventually, hopefully, it turns into some sort of gene that.
So do you have anything that was a first of its kind, or anything that was,
Thanks for watching Hardwired Exotics, and make sure you subscribe. Bye!